Russell, you were there last night.
Yes.
For the the consultation meeting. There seemed to be a bit more positivity surrounding Cardiff City Football Club this morning.
Yes, definitely. I thought it was an excellent meeting from everybody's point of view. People were able to say what they thought. They said it in an eloquent, intelligent way, passionate way, and it was received very well by everybody concerned at the football club. And I thought it was a massive step, a giant step. If ever it was a big step, the meeting yesterday was it. That was it.
Is your hunch that Cardiff City will be wearing blue on Saturday, or at least a switch to blue at some point now?
Yes, I think so. It would be nice if it was for Saturday, but of course the board have still got to sit and talk about that, and we have to ratify that, confirm that. But if that's the case, I think it would be a wonderful opportunity for us all to express our gratitude towards the football club and the owner and the board for being so open and accommodating and seeing the issues surrounding the football club.
A return to blue, is it the right decision?
Yeah, I think so. Why do I think so? I think so because if you're going to be successful in any company, any business, any football club, you need everybody pulling together as a unit. I've always said this, I've even said it in the press conferences, because only that way can you sustain success. You might have a modicum of success in the short term, but if you want long-term success, you need unity, you need everybody pulling together. And that's my take, and has always been my take on it.
Has the apathy towards the red shirts and the rebrand and to Vincent Tan himself made your job all the more difficult?
Look, it's my job to concentrate and focus purely on the football and the players and preparing them for the game. Okay? That's what we're paid to do. That's our profession. That's our focus. However, it wouldn't be unusual to see players perhaps in a little bit of adversity when you start to lose football games, or maybe you're in front in a football game and you lose your way a little bit and the team comes back in a little bit of adversity. Sometimes when the atmosphere is not right, okay, I might not get the response because the group, not everybody's all together. We don't want to be fighting two sets of fans. It's hard enough to win a football match. And I think if we're pulling together, even in adversity, which this club has done in its tradition over the years, and it's well documented that the fans have been fantastically passionate and stayed behind the team in these sort of times, and I think that's really, really important for any football club again to achieve success. It's because it's never a straight line in success. It's ups and downs, it's curves, it's dips, and that's where you need your football fans. And we've had a little bit of a dip recently, and that's sometimes when you need your fans. You need everybody together to get over that little dip and then to move on again.
Given what's been said in the last 24 hours and what has taken place in terms of the meeting last night, what would be your message to the fans and their attitude towards Vincent Tan now?
I think it's an opportunity, a fantastic opportunity, to build a new platform, to put the bricks in place and to rebuild and to start again. That's how I feel since I've been here as a manager, and I think changing the shirt will be, as I say, a ginormous step in the right direction, in bringing the club together, in focusing on the future, because that's very important for the football club.
Just finally for me, away from what's been said.
Yeah, because I've signed a couple of players.
You have, yeah. Scott Maloney, firstly, from Millwall.
Scott is a fantastic athlete. He gives me that naturally left-footed left back. He's got a lovely left foot. There was good competition for Scott's signature. He's still at a really good age. He's not even 24 yet. I think he can go on and play at the highest level. So that attracted me to him. I think there's more improvement to come in what is already a very good athlete, a very good left-footed player. He's only had one session, and already it feels like he's been here for some time. So really pleased with the way he's settled in. And you know what? He wants to be at Cardiff City Football Club. He wants to play for Cardiff City Football Club.
You saying that, is that a suggestion that you've had players who have not had that attitude?
No. You can surmise what you want from that, but what I'm saying is that's the type of person that we want as a football club to bring here. We want the right type of person, the person that we know will roll his sleeves up for the football club, that we know is going to be made of the right stuff, the right attitude.
And just lastly from me, Alex Ravel, is that a done deal now?
Subject to clearance, we're waiting on that. Of course, it was concluded in terms of his personal terms and the medical yesterday evening. Busy day for us all yesterday. Today now we're waiting for a few signatures from Rotherham. It then will go off to international clearance and then subject to the league. So we're probably against time with that one, but fingers crossed. It's a good weekend for us, and we can get that done by 12 o'clock tomorrow, which means Revs will be available. And what does he bring to the table? Revs, well, as you know, I've worked with him in the past. He came into the game a little bit later than what some players do. I know he's at that age of 30-something now, but he's a late developer. He's still improved. He's proven that since since he left me at Leyton Orient, and I think he'll bring a lot to the group. He's statistically, he doesn't half move around the pitch. He's one of the highest in terms of the Pro Zone stats for his work ethic, and even though he's not prolific in terms of his goal scoring record, what he brings to the table for the team, I think you'll see fairly quickly.
Thanks, Russell.
Russell, when you first came to the club and you knew the team were playing in red, just tell me the first home game when you saw the team run out in one colour, the fans in a different colour, and the discord that created in the atmosphere. What did you feel?
It's my first football match, so I wanted to win it. That was my greatest feeling, to get off to a good start, irrespective of anything, if I'm honest. However, as I said and touched on earlier, if your football club is even slightly dysfunctional, these things can have a detrimental effect in the long term. And I believe this will be a giant step forward if we're able to change our colour and go with the traditional blue.
As the team has struggled for results in recent weeks, has the owner canvassed your opinion on that issue as to whether there was something that could be done that could give players perhaps that extra edge?
We're always looking to give players that little bit of extra and find a way. So we to say we've talked about the shirt in the past, that would be fair comment. Most of the dialogue would have gone through our chairman and our chief exec, Ken Chew. So with regard to that, because you probably separate the two, the football side and obviously that side of it. But
what did you stress about that issue?
Nothing majorly strong, but he was aware that. I think the important thing is that the owner was aware of it, very much aware of it. He certainly wasn't closing his eyes to it. He was very much aware of it.
And players often are quick to find excuses when things aren't going well. Do you think the reverse could apply here, that this could provide a momentum that can give your season a bit of a turnaround?
Yeah, I think that's a relative point. I think footballers are sometimes very fragile today. As I say, in a little bit of adversity, if you go a goal down and you know the whole stadium's a little bit negative, for the fans to be behind your team from the first minute. And don't forget his performance as well on the pitch that lifts the crowd. It works both ways, by the way. It's not just about the crowd trying to get the team going when it can't get itself going. I mean, it has to work both ways. We have to excite the crowd and then the crowd get behind. And I genuinely think that our crowd, if we are giving our lot, if we are giving everything for the cause, I genuinely think they'll be behind us, even if we do suffer a setback in the game at any stage.
If you were able to play in blue tomorrow, what kind of atmosphere do you think would be in the stadium?
I suspect it will be the best atmosphere that I would have felt since I've been here, and probably some of the players for a long time.
And in terms of the knock-on, as I say, the change in momentum, could it be that spark that gets you up there into the playoff places?
Well, we're always looking for momentum in football, aren't we? It's a probably overused word in many ways, but yeah, it could. There's no doubt it could. But again, I mean, that has to come from the ability on the pitch as well. But it could be, it could be lift a little weight off shoulders. And sometimes we talk about the 1% in football, don't we? And that could be the 1% that gets us where we need to get. And that's what we're about. That's what we all want to be. That's where, the players want to be there. Believe it or not, they want to be successful, of course, and the fans want to be successful. So, if we can find that 1% from somewhere, and this might just give us the spark to push on.
Tell me about Fulham. They were one of the favourites for promotion at the start of the season. It hasn't worked out for them. What have you made of Fulham this season?
I think they've had a change of manager as well. I think very much like us, a little bit, obviously in that middle of the table, inconsistent, and it's consistency that we all require if we're going to be successful. And I just feel that Fulham are a little bit like that, a little bit of mixed bag. I think on the day, I think they've got. You look at their team and their team sheet. They got capabilities, haven't they? Ross McCormack, we know, can score goals at this level for fun, and they've got experience. They've got Scotty Parker. I mean, nobody's more experienced in the middle of the park than Scotty Parker at this level. So, it's just, I'm sure they're looking for the consistency that we're looking for. So, very similar.
You talked about Scott Malone and Alex Ravel. Some weeks ago you said that the previous manager had collected players, and that was the expression you use here.
No, I said the club.
The club
yes.
had collected players without a coherent plan.
Yes.
How far are you down now into separating that collection of players and leaving you with a core of what you want?
Well, as I've said on many occasions, 38 is too many. I can't please all of those 38. And as you've noticed, there's one or two left before even the window opened, and we expect one or two more departures because at the end of the day, any footballer worth his salt wants to go and play, and we're trying to make that happen for them and for the football club. By the same token, we're looking where we can strengthen ourselves, albeit it will be going forward a much smaller, tight-knit squad.
And is that freeing up funds for you to bring players in?
Yeah, of course. The more we can alleviate the situation in terms of losing monies with players going and disappearing and going to other football clubs, that frees it up for me to knock on the chairman's door and say, hang on a minute, we've just lost a couple of players. How about we go for this one? I think it makes sense. I think everything needs reason, really, and I try to look at the reasons why we need that one and why we need that, and see if we can find partnerships on the pitch. I think it's very important. We don't want to start collecting players again like collecting paintings, do we?